begin the session with the brief understanding about your community network.
The Community Connection Project we initiated because with the long working with the community, we feel that with quite radical economic development, meanwhile, a lot of rural populations migrate to the cities and they leave their hometown. But the most important is that we feel that the traditional culture has been kind of neglected. So the cultural heritage, which is carried over thousands of years, quite important for the community connections, are facing quite challenge. But we see there are still some ethnic communities still maintain their traditions, mutual help, their cultural carried over by the younger generations. So for that, I feel there's needs to connect, to support this group of people in the ethnic community. So that's why that's our project started. The focus, what we want to do with this community connection project is trying to support the community, the key players, as we showed in the first photo, the women who had been worked in the cities. Then by exposure to some NGO's work, she decided to return back to their hometown, work in the community. So we work with this key player, the youth return home, to try to document the traditional culture. One is the farming culture. So they try to revitalize the old variety of rice. And because the old variety of rice is very important for ethnic Dong community as their main staple food, but also a lot of festivals, people use it. And even for the weddings, as a gift. So the work started with revitalize the old varieties rice. And we support them to document information, education, communication materials. Seed Museum established. This is also a good window for community connections because villages and even the nearby villages, often after harvesting, they will do some seed exchange. So not only for saving the seeds, but also a kind of venue for gathering people to exchange ideas, how to plant rice well, how to conserve the traditional variety of rice. So linking with the agricultural farming, they are also organized the mothers to prepare food, which is not junk food from the cities. So they produce traditional food to help the children to understand their traditional culture of food culture. So they call it Mama's Taste. Yeah, they connect the women's together. So they also have a different dyeing style. So that's the women coming together also to revitalize the traditional embroidering and dyeing. So women comes together, forming a group. And this is also turned out to be a kind of educational program for city people.
How did you go about starting this community network? Is it online connectivity? Is it an offline intranet connectivity? So can you please tell a little more about it?
The local people's need is more to how to document their knowledge and their culture. So with this conversation, we think maybe we need to have a APP platform as a windows to show to the people outside to understand about what's going on in the village, the culture, everything. We are working with the communities to produce this information, education, communication materials, both in written or in the video or in the other forms. And this knowledge point, we uploaded to our APP to demonstrate their farming life, their traditional activities, their knowledge about plants, knowledge about processing food, traditional food, and also some traditional songs and dances. But our idea is that it's not only one community, one ethnic group, but later on we'll expand to more villages. So they will have a regular mutual exchange, which will make it alive of the people to exchange their experience in farming, in ecotourism, they're hosting people, all these things. So this is the APP we're talking about, linking the village and linking the youth.
So can you tell a little bit about how has the community benefited from this project?
I think more than 30 villages had chance to exchange, learn from each other. They also have some going outside to learn from other organizations. For the Airbnb, they are able to generate more visitors. And women's, they also produce embroidered products, which they got quite a lot of orders from outside. And children, they are quite popular now. Even they are invited to the central TV station to perform. All over China can see the kids singing group. So not only the economically, but also socially, there's a kind of value for that village.
Thank you, Laning. Thank you, Xiaobao.
Thanks very much for inviting us to have this kind of platform and conversation.